Don't be afraid of the competition. Embrace it. Hey there, welcome to my epic journey. This is Brandon DeVere. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and sharing your time with me. I do appreciate that. Here we are on the journey from 600 to 0 to 600 plus and everything that falls in between. Today, what I kind of want to talk about is an email that came out last week sometime, maybe over the weekend, from John Cheplak. Most people know who that is, a coach in the space. And I get his emails pretty much every day. Sometimes a couple a day, but so I believe this came in on about Saturday or something. But he was talking about competition and mainly towards the real estate agents of Rev Share companies. And he kind of went through and talked about like everyone's like bashing each other right now, and it's ridiculous, man. I see all this stuff where like just people are just bashing. I've talked about it on here before. I can't even my mind is like blown to see how many people like we're in an industry that's being attacked right now from the outside, and all we can do is sit here and argue with each other about which brokerage is better instead of like, hey, what can we do together that can build all of us up together instead of just like tearing each other down and commenting on going to the Facebook and watch people just rip each other apart. It's embarrassing, really, but that's where we're at. And people are, maybe it's because people fear competition and they get nervous that there's a lot of scarcity mindset within the real estate industry. And I get it. I get why that is because it's a very high failure rate to be in this industry. But as so I'm reading through this email that John has, and he talks about, putting a Coke vending machine next to a Pepsi vending machine and putting different, collaborating with different people on stage and things like that. And it was kind of a breath of fresh air, right? Because I've been seeing so much, like so many posts, like I've had to stop even like looking at most of Facebook groups because a comment, like someone will come in and ask about something and they'll ask about a certain brokerage, and you'll either get, like one of three things that people will comment back with. Like, no, that I wouldn't do that brokerage. It sucks. Or, hey, try this brokerage out. You should look at this brokerage. Or I'm with this brokerage. I'd be happy to help you out. And it's like comments of, it's a lot of Rev Share brokerages that are doing this, where a lot of agents come in because we do get compensated for bringing agents in, right? Obviously, that's why we do it. But it is like it gets so like saturated in like where these posts like aren't even like the agent goes in and asks for a question about a brokerage, and somebody might not even have any insight on it at all. And they'll just be like, hey, you should check this one out. I'd be happy to talk to you. Of course, you'd be happy to talk to them. You're trying to recruit them. I get it. But like there's been just a ton of like bashing back and forth that I've seen on Facebook that is like, the reality is like, we should be grateful that, as agents that we have choices, like the amount of choices that we have. And this is what John's point was in the email. I mean, it was specifically for agents in Rev Share platforms, because the amount that we have, like how it's evolved, even since I started with EXP like 6.5 years ago, like even how it's evolved from when I got in, and it started well before that, with these Rev Share, profit share, things like overrides and things like that, started a long time ago. But even the ones that aren't in Rev Share, not everyone wants to do Rev Share. Like it's amazing to me where I see people battle over which brokerage is better when you have no idea who you're talking to wants. Like you have no idea what they want, but somehow your brokerage is better or this brokerage is better. I've told multiple people that this is not the fit for them, and it wasn't, and I knew it wouldn't be. And in some people I will tell that too, and then they still join, and then they're like, yeah, this wasn't for me. I kind of saw it. And that's the deal where I've kind of stepped away from the Facebook commenting on there. Although I did on that one, because my comment was, what do you want? Like, also I do kind of put a little blame on the posters as well, because they'll be like, oh, hey, what about this brokerage? So there's one about Epique recently, a couple weeks ago, last week, where it came out, and I actually had to send, I sent a video to a friend of mine. I'm like, this is what this sounds like. These Facebook groups sound like. And if you ever seen Finding Nemo, there's the scene where all the seagulls are on the dock, and they're like, mine. And that's what it reminds me of, is that somebody comes in, and half the time they're probably just trolling people Like, oh, tell me about this one. When you get the anonymous post, those are the ones that are trolling for sure. This person happened to leave their name and said, tell me about Epique. And it was just like hundreds of comments of, hey, I'd love to talk to you about Epique. Or come in and say, oh, no, don't do Epique. Try this. Or I tried Epique and it sucked. Come over here. Like, or people who have never even had any experience. The question was like, who's had experience with Epique? And people will come in and say, and again, I'm not saying this only happens to people asking about Epique. It happens all over to all different brokerages. And yes, Epique agents will come in and say the same thing. Like 100% get it. But like my point is that like nobody's asking. Who's asking these agents what they want or what they need or like what are their goals? Like no one's asking that in any of these things. That and then I think John titled like Broker Wars or something like that. He titled the name of his email, which is true. Like why not collaborate with somebody from another brokerage and see, like I've done that before with a couple of my friends here in town. It doesn't need to be all or nothing, because what's going to end up happening is that you're going to end up leaving your brokerage and then you're going to turn around and say this is the best brokerage. I mean, that's what most people do. Like right now, Epique is the best brokerage for me, and I know that for me now. And in 5 years, who knows what's going to happen? Like, who knows? Will I still be in the industry? Who knows? I have no idea. But for right now, and I'm also open to listening to people talk about other brokerages. Don't just shut them off and be like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. And if you're listening to this, and this was you, I apologize beforehand. But like hashtag unrecruitable. That was a big like campaign a couple years ago, and I'd see that on somebody's like profile, and like you're not. It doesn't mean like be recruitable and then say no if you didn't like what you heard. Like why would you put that blanket statement? What that says to me is that your mind is closed and you're not interested in doing any like learning anything more. And if that's the case, that's the case. That's fine. But for me, like I want to learn more. I want to go, okay, what else? Like I should go hashtag recruitable. Yeah, you could recruit me if you had the right stuff that I needed and I thought was better. I'm definitely recruitable. And that's, but also you have to come to me in the correct way. Like tell me that it's your place is better just because. Like when I was being recruited from EXP from another variation model of EXP for a couple of years, the pitch to me was always this. It was always like, hey, it's like joining EXP only earlier. And that wasn't a value proposition to me because I had joined EXP early enough to where that wasn't a value to me. And that's the challenge is when you get into when you're value and you're trying to pitch people on how early it is, or the stock, or even just the Rev Share, like trying to pitch people on Rev Share. I believe the last number I heard was that about 12% of agents in Rev Share platforms, actually Rev Share brokerages, actually participate in Rev Share. So you're going out after like 12% of the people when you're leading with your value prop is that you get Rev Share. Like for me, when I did my 3 reasons why I left EXP to join Epique, and those were 3 reasons for me. It was why I left Epique, not why everyone else why I left EXP to join Epique, not why everyone else should leave their brokerage to join Epique. There were 3 things. There was my mentor that was there, the ability to not have FLQAs, which obviously I've had people comment to me after EXP changed their plan, which congratulations. I'm happy for everybody, all of my friends at EXP that are experiencing that. They're like, oh, haha, they changed it now. Well, yeah, they also changed it a year after I left. And it's also not all the way open. So would I still have that? Would I still do that today? I don't know. I can't tell you 100% because I would have had multiple levels open, and maybe that would have dissuaded me. I don't know. But then number 3 was that the real value proposition I saw was for agents that wanted to close more deals, that they would have the tools that they would have available to them. So now I realize I'm one of the 12% that wants to do agent attraction. I have to know that not everybody wants to do that. 88% of agents don't want to do that, or either they don't want to, or they aren't any good at it and they aren't participating in it. Either way, that's not how they're remaining in the industry is Rev Share. Now, the other 88% is the tools that Epique was offering. So I looked at that and I said, hey, why don't I go to a place where this is the value proposition? And that's what it was for me. So Anyways, just want to say out there, I love all of you people that are at your whatever brokerage you're at, and you're there because that's what is for you and what you want to be. Continue to do that. If you need to look elsewhere, look elsewhere. Look into different spots. Yes, contact me, obviously, and see if there's something there. But also contact other people. Go look at the LPTs of the world, the Reels of the world. Go look at. I know that Fathom tried it briefly. I don't know if they're still doing it. Exit has a sort of a plan. And there's a bunch of other ones that are like starting to pop up that are also having Rev Share. Like Rev Share is not that uncommon anymore. Maybe you want brick and mortar. Maybe that's the place you need to be. Go interview them. Go talk to them. Go find. There's a ton of different places out there. You want to be in a boutique, mom and pop. You live in a small town and you don't want to go work from the cloud. Go there. It's super simple. Like there's not one size fits all brokerage out there. So, sorry, I got off into a little bit of a rant there, but John just kind of reinvigorated me to kind of process that a little bit and remind me that there's no perfect brokerage for anyone. Find out what people want. Just find out what they want. Find out how you can help them. Number one, and then maybe you helping them is not bringing them to your brokerage. That might be the real solution. I had a guy I think I talked about him a month ago. Older gentleman, like we're a tech-based brokerage that in the cloud, he doesn't want to be bothered. He just wants to go and be left alone. He doesn't we have an area leader that's going to check on him. He doesn't want that. And I said, man, as much as I'd love for you to join us, I don't think this is the fit for you. Sorry, bud. I'm more than happy to talk further, to explain further, but it doesn't sound like that's something that you're interested in. You can call me a bad recruiter because I didn't close him. I didn't, ABC, coffees for closers. I didn't do that. But also I didn't want to have to close him again and again and again and again. And then in 6 months from now, when he says, "Oh, I'm tired of people bothering me." "Oh no, don't worry. It's okay. They're going to stop." And then 3 months after that, again, I'm not interested in doing that. I'm interested in finding the people that want to roll with me, ride with me, and continue to grow with me. So that's kind of where I'm at. But anyways, be thankful for the collaboration and also the competition. So I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great one.